So of course, if you're hosting a lot of events, you want to get feedback from the people that attend them. But what if you're attending events? You should get feedback from the team members that actually went so you understand a little bit more of the context of how it went. And I'm going to show you how to do that inside of HubSpot with Happily. Let's get it. In order to accomplish this, we're going to have an event-based form that's going to be sent with an event-based workflow. So you have to create the properties on the event first and foremost. So looking at my properties of the event, we're basically asking 3 questions here in this form. We're going to say, who are the most important vendors? Would you go again? And what do we know about this event? Now, I've created a team member feedback property group to keep everything nice and tidy. So now I've got that, we're going to add one more property, which is super important when you're filling out a non-contact based form. And we like to call this the record ID for forms. So if we dig into this, HubSpot needs to know which event that this information or these properties go to. If you don't have a unique identifier for that object, HubSpot's just going to create a new event object. And obviously you already have an event created. So you'll need a way to actually identify a particular ID of an event to which these properties belong to. And we do that by putting the record ID for forms. Now, the reason why we have to do this is because you cannot use a record ID property on a HubSpot form. So we pretty much make our own unique identifier. It's going to be an unformatted number, and we make sure that it requires a unique value for the property. That's the key here. So that when this is filled out with the particular ID that we're going to set in the workflow, that is the same as the record ID, it'll know that that's the event that these go to. So that's how you have to have that. Okay, so let's create the form. So I'm going to use the legacy form editor because I like it better. And it usually works a lot cleaner when you're using non-contact based forms. So let's get rid of the email. So we're going to get scroll down, we see our Happily events. I want my, what should we know? Who are the most important vendors? And then would you go again? So those are the questions that we're asking that are event-based properties. We'll also need to include the record ID forms. That is the Happily event-based property here as well. Make this a hidden property because we're going to actually add the value to this property via query string. That's going to be dynamic in the workflow that sends this out. So super cool. You'll also need to create event name as well, but you can make that hidden because we're going to know the event name, but it's required as a property on the object. So we'll get this and saved up. Now you want to copy the share link because we're going to use that in the workflow that will send out the email. Jumping into the workflow that's going to send the email out, we're using an event-based workflow where we send an email to the event owner. So the owner of that event on the record is going to get this email. And we're going to trigger this 3 days after the end date and time. So 3 days after they get passed, this is going to fire. It's going to first copy the record ID into that record ID for forms because we're going to use that. And then we're going to send out an email to the owner of the event. The little, hey, please review the event name event. And how we're doing this is that we're actually setting a query parameter that says record ID for forms equals the record ID. So this number 1, 2, 3, or whatever the ID is of the event is going to be dynamically passed into that HubSpot form. So all the team member needs to do is just fill out the information and it'll automatically go right into that record. Okay, to test this out, you can see I've got my share link and I've got the record ID for forms with the record ID of my event. I'm going to say, what should you know about this event? We should always come to this. Most important vendors, it was Sega. Would I go again? Yes. And I submit this. So let's look at the event record after we filled this out. We could see that team feedback is showing up top with the would you go again? We should always come to this. And Sega was the most important vendor. Now let's take a look at this card that we've shown as this team feedback highlights. If I go to customize, and looking at the default record, I've created a data highlight card that has that team feedback, but it is conditional. I made it conditional based upon if one of those questions are answered, which would only happen once the event form has been sent out. So you can see this logic and say that if who are the most important vendors is known, then show this card. And that magically will make it appear only when it needs to be. So super important. I think it's a great way and a great feature to add to your team if you guys are attending a lot of events. You can see which ones are worth it, which ones are not, directly on the event card so that all teams have an easy reference of that event owner's feedback. And that's just another way to event happily.